So this is one of my favorite minigames. It's about king opposition. So you can look up king opposition or distant opposition and learn how this works, but you really just want to try it. Let's try getting the black king. Or actually, we should switch this around. Let's flip the board. So let's do it this way. Yeah, so white's trying to get their king to either A8, B8, or C8. One of those target squares is how you win. So if white gets their king to one of those squares, they win. And if black successfully blocks for 50 moves or more, let's say, then black wins. And if white really messes up, then black can get their king to the other side. So, for example, let's say that white tries to go in this way. Uh-oh. Now wherever white goes, the black king will just follow along and make this wall where white can never really go forward because black will just eat it up. So now black is going to win. So there is so you want to start over and try again. There is a guaranteed path. White can force their way to get to one of these squares. And this is really an extra game. You don't really need to know this to be able to play chess, but it's a fun puzzle to try. Try it with your friends. And if you really need to know the answer and you can't figure it out, then go ahead and write that in the comments and I'll answer maybe. But the reason this is important, this concept, is it's actually used in real chess when you have a pawn and you're trying to get that pawn to the other side. So this is a situation that often happens. You're just up one extra pawn. So the question is, can you win? And if the pawn is in front of the king, the answer is no. If black knows what they're doing in this kind of position, they're able to force a stalemate. So white's like, haha, I'm running up with my pawn. If black knows what they're doing, then they're making king opposition. And there's this position where white has no moves. If they move somewhere, black can capture this pawn, so they have to go here. Then that's stalemate because there's no check, but black has no legal moves. All these squares are covered by the pawn or the other king. So you have to know in this position, for example, white has to move forward to make this opposition, and then if black moves, then white goes to the side, and now white's trying to target one of those squares. And if you can get there successfully, then you control the queening avenue for the pawn. Oops, what did I do? Right. So this is kind of the dun. Yay, the pawn goes free. So you can turn this into a queen or a rook and then practice that checkmate, the rook and king checkmate. But it's important to understand opposition for a lot of different kind of endgames. So this is the minigame, king opposition. Try to get that white king to one of these three squares, and black just tries to block. Have fun with that. It's very frustrating and much more difficult than it looks. So if you can figure it out, you are a champion.